Hey, you guys, how are you? How are you? How are you? Welcome back. Welcome back. For those of you that are joining me on my YouTube, you guys know I love you down. You understand? I love you down. Thank you so much for being a part of the conversation. Thank you for liking. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing. And you guys know I love your comments. For those of you that are listening in on my podcast, Fundable by Design, I am so glad that you're here. And I hope that you are enjoying the rebrand. I hope that you are enjoying the information. I hope that you are being developed, enlightened, encouraged, okay, and inspired to do the work and the things that I am recommending that you do. I want to say something that most nonprofit leaders are not being told. You guys who follow me for a while, you know I'm going to tell you the truth, honey. I'm going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, okay? I am going to say something that most nonprofit leaders are not being told. Filing your paperwork does not mean your nonprofit is ready. You can have a 501c3, your bylaws, your board, your program, and still not be structured for funding. And that's exactly why so many nonprofit organizations struggle. Because when you search how to start a nonprofit, you get the same steps over and over. File your paperwork, get your EIN, create your bylaws, build a board, and it sounds complete. But here's what they don't tell you. And this is what they've told you is how you register a nonprofit. Did you hear what I said? When you typed in, how do I start a nonprofit? You get the same steps over and over. File your paperwork, get your 501c3, get your EIN, create your bylaws, build a board, and it sounds complete. But here's what they did not tell you. Those steps are how you register a nonprofit. Registering a nonprofit is not building one, organizing one. And that's the gap. Many of you have registered a nonprofit with the state, with the IRS. It's registered, but it is not ready to get funding. It's not built. It's not developed. And that's the gap. This is where most organizations fail. So let's start with defining something that almost no one explains correctly. Okay. What is structure? If you guys have been following me for a while, you guys know that I talk a lot about structure, right? Putting your organizational structure in place. What is structure? Structure is not the paperwork. Structure is not your 501c3. Structure is not the bylaws. Structure is not even your program. Structure is how your organization operates, how it functions, and sustains itself. Let me say that again for the people in the bushes. Structure, because the people come to me all the time and say, Jen, I got everything. I've got everything, Jen. I've got my bylaws, I got my 501c3, I got my program, I got my paperwork. That's not structure. That's not structure. Structure is how your organization operates, how your organization functions and sustains itself. Let me simplify it. Structure is how decisions are made, how money flows, how programs are delivered. Now, many of you got that because that's what you started your nonprofit to do, the program, right? But structure includes how the outcomes are measured, how funding is generated and maintained. Structure is the system that holds everything together. The paperwork doesn't do that, right? And so the big misunderstanding, and this is where most nonprofit leaders get it wrong. You think, I have my paper, I have my 501c3, I have my program, I have my bylaws, I have my EIN, so I'm ready. You're not. This is what it looks like. You start serving people. You start the feeding, the clothing, the housing, the mentoring. You start the ministry, right? You start serving the people. You start the backpack drives. You start giving away bikes at Christmas. You start feeding, right? You start serving people. You start the programs. And then you try to raise money. You apply for grants. And nothing is consistent. Now, why is that? Why is that? Because you thought you had everything, right? The problem is you built an idea. Jen, I want to start a nonprofit that does a transitional house. Jen, I want to start a nonprofit that feeds the homeless. Jen, I want to start a nonprofit that's tiny homes. Those are an idea. So you built an idea, you built a program, and then by doing the paperwork, you built a legal entity, but not an organization. Uh-oh. You thought the organization was the program. You thought the organization was the legal entity. You thought the organization was what you wanted to do. That's not the organization. Let me make this very clear. Your program and what you want to do is not your structure. Many of you think, well, our program helps people, so we should be funded. Our program, Jen, is doing great work, so we should be funded. However, the reality is the donors, the funders, the supporters, those capital issuing authorities, they're not funding your program alone. They are funding your ability to deliver, to measure, and to sustain the program and the organization. What does it look like when it's done wrong? You have no tracking of outcomes. You have no consistency of delivery. There's no opportunity or possibility of scalability. You're not able to scale the program. No system behind it. So even if the program is good, the organization is not fundable, not attractive to a donor. So what separates funded and unfunded organizations? All right, I'm trying to break this down as simply as I can. What separates the funded and the unfunded? What really separates the nonprofits that get funded from those that don't? It's not passion. It's not need. It's not how hard you work. It's your structure. Funded nonprofits have clear program models, defined outcomes, functioning systems, financial tracking, an aligned fundraising strategy, operational clarity. Unfunded nonprofits operate inconsistently, No system, no system to get a donor, to retain a donor, no system to identify who your board members are, no system to train, to develop your board members, no system. You rely on your effort. You rely on your passion. You depend on you, the founder. Everything is up to you. You do everything. You are the organization. You pay for everything. If anything happens to you, the organization can't go forward. And you're guessing at fundraising. That makes you unfunded. If you fall into any of that, that's why you're not funded. We don't have any operating consistency, Jen. Lack of systems, financial management systems, fundraising systems, donor management systems, communication systems, lack of systems. You rely on your effort and your passion, and everything is dependent upon you. You're guessing at fundraising. That's the difference. That's the difference. If your nonprofit is not structured, there's a real consequence that many of you are feeling right now. You will struggle. Not sometimes struggle, consistently struggle. Jen, we don't have any money. Jen, we need funding. Jen, we don't have a board, we don't have board members. Jen, we don't have donors. Jen, I'm doing everything by myself. Jen, I'm paying for everything out of my pocket. Constantly struggling. That's the sign that you don't have structure. If your nonprofit is not structured, you are struggling. You're struggling. You're struggling to get donors. You're struggling to get funding. You're struggling to get board members. You're struggling to raise money. You're struggling to get supporters. You're struggling to grow your program. You're struggling to get salaries. You're struggling. You're struggling. Why? Not because of money, but because you don't have the structure to bring in the money. And so you've got inconsistent funding. You're burnt out because you're doing everything out of your own pocket. You're frustrated. You've got your own personal financial strain because you're funding the organization off your credit card, out of your savings, out of your household expenses. You're constantly guessing. What do you think we should do? I don't know. What do you think we should do? I don't know. What do you think we should do? You're guessing. And many of you are already experiencing this. Listen, I want to speak to and about a reality. A reality. You can hear me or not, it's still a reality. I want to talk to the two groups of people right now. Two groups of people that I want to talk to right now. The one group is, Jen, I already started. I already started my nonprofit, Jen. I've had my nonprofit for 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 9 years more. I've had my organization for a while, and in some places, Jen, I had to stop. I had to regroup. I had to reassess. I had to go back to the drawing board, but I already started, right? And you're now realizing something is wrong. I didn't build this correctly. And that can feel overwhelming. That can feel overwhelming. But hear me clearly. You're not the problem. You're not the problem. The structure is the problem. And the structure can be fixed. The structure can be fixed. You're not the problem. You're not a failure. You just did what you knew to do, right? We don't know what we don't know. And you followed whatever that online situation that is that search engine told you to do. You didn't know anymore. So you're not the problem. The structure is the problem. And the structure can be fixed. All right. Now I want to talk to group number two. Group number two is those of you that haven't started yet and you're thinking about starting a nonprofit. And you may be thinking, I just need to file my paperwork, Jen. Can you help me file my paperwork? Because you think the paperwork is all you need, right? I just need my paperwork. No, no. What you need to understand is running a nonprofit is building an organization, not just launching a program. Did you hear what I said? Many of you are so eager to start your program. I get it. You want to make a difference. You want to solve the problem. And doing the program makes you feel like I'm doing something, right? I feel like I'm involved, I'm engaged, I'm making a difference. And that's why many of you run right to the program because it feels like I'm really making a difference. I'm really doing an impact. I'm really helping until you run out of money. Until now, there's no money to grow it. There's no money to keep it going. There's no money to sustain it. And then you got to stop. You got to stop the program. Why? Because we don't have any money to keep it going. I'm doing everything by myself, Jen. I can't keep it going. Are you hearing what I'm saying? You rushed to launch a program, but did not build the organization. And those two things are not the same. So, for those of you that are thinking about starting a nonprofit, please don't start it wrong. Please don't start it wrong. Invest in how to start it right so that the organization is structured to bring in the revenue to pay the expenses of that program that you launched. Launching the program is not going to get you a grant. Launching the program is not going to get you funders. Launching the program is not going to get you donors. Launching the program is not going to open up the floodgates of money. It's the structure. Let me say this. Many of you all don't need more information. You don't need any more effort. You're doing a whole lot of work. You don't even need more ideas. You need the right structure. Your organization is structured to bring in the money to cover the expenses of that program that you launched. And this is the part that no one is telling you. And this is why you're struggling. No, Jen, I don't have a financial struggle. No, Jen, I don't have a fundraising strategy. No, Jen, I don't know how to raise money. Jen, no, I don't know how to identify my donors. Jen, I don't know what to say. Jen, I don't know how to find board members. Jen, I don't know how to train my board. No, Jen, I don't have a plan for them to follow. That's why you're struggling. That's why you're struggling. You just need to fix that. And that's exactly why I created my current program so that you can clearly see what are you missing? What within your structure is not ordered correctly? And this is for those who are ready. This is exactly why I started this current program. This is what we're going to build together. This is not paperwork. This is not ideas. This is your structure, your entire structure. Listen, you were told how to start a nonprofit. Not now you understand what it takes to build a nonprofit, to structure a nonprofit, to operate a nonprofit, to lead a nonprofit. And once you have that, that's going to change everything. That's going to change everything. All right. Listen, I hope that this has made sense to you. I hope that I have explained it clearly. Money is not your problem. Structure is your problem. Structure, lack of structure. Jen, when I got my paperwork, I launched my program. I did not develop the organization. I did not put the system, the structure to reach, to clarify, to engage, to inspire, to attract the supporters. I didn't put that together. I thought that once I launched my program, that piece would just naturally come about. I don't know where and how. I just thought, Jim, once I launched my program, there would be donors and funders and grant funders who would just give me money because I launched a program. And now you realize that's not how it works. Everybody got a program. Everybody's got a program. So it's not the program that gets the funding. It's your organizational structure. That thing that says, Jen, this is how we operate. This is the process by which we raise money. This is how we reach and engage and retain our donors. This is how we diversify our funding streams. This is how we bring in enough money to maintain or grow the program and hire staff. Without that, you will struggle. Many of you are already struggling, and I'm just telling you why. Okay. I'm just telling you why you're struggling. It's not money. It's not money. It's not money. Okay. So listen, when you are ready to say, Jen, you talking about me. I got my paperwork, I launched my program, and now I'm stuck. I launched my program, Jen, and I've been doing everything out of my own pocket. I launched my program, Jen, and then I had to stop. I ran it for 2 years, 4 years, 6 years, 9 years more, and I just wasn't able to keep it going. I didn't have any help. I wasn't able to scale. I took classes. I built what I knew to build in pieces, but I didn't have any help. I had board members that couldn't help me, and I didn't know how to help them help me. I didn't have anyone to delegate to. All of that is a result of your organization not being structured at the offset properly. So what happens now? You launch the program and then you got to circle back. I need donors. I got to circle back. I need a grant. I got to circle back. I need board members. I got to circle back. I need help. That's structure. All that you circling back looking for is structure for consistency. Don't y'all want consistency? Don't you want consistency? Jen, I need consistent money coming in, right? Many of you think that's in the form of a grant. It's not. But you have 16 streams of revenue. You have 16 ways that cash flow should consistently be coming into your organization. Now, if you didn't know that, then you definitely didn't structure it for that. You're guessing. When you're ready to stop guessing, when you're ready to say, Jen, just help me put my organization together. Let's get this thing done and let's get this thing built the way it should be built so that I can generate revenue. That's the role of the organization. The organization does the work to bring in the money. The program does the work to touch the people. Many of you only did the program piece, and that's only an expense. That's why you're spending so much money out of your own pocket. That program doesn't bring in money. It doesn't raise money. It doesn't get you a grant. Your organization is what attracts the funding. All right. I hope that I've explained this clearly. I hope that you have been enlightened by this information. For those of you that are new to me, my name is Jennifer. I am your nonprofit expert. 39 years of experience helping organizations not just start, but to grow and to sustain yourself. I want to make sure that this year, right now, you have the tools, the information, the structure that you need, that you deserve to raise the funds that are available to help your organization do the work that you do, not just to start it, but to sustain it, to grow it, to scale it. Why is that important? Because your mission matters. And the work that you do is important to your community. It is a real benefit. We just need you to get the funding backbone to bring in the cash flow so that you can continue to do that important work. And that's where I help. All right. If you guys want to have information about my current training, just reach out to me. I only have 3 spots left. But if you would like one, let me know and I'll be happy to have that conversation with you. All right. You guys have a great rest of your day or evening. And I'm going to say thank you for listening.